good just to sit back and wait because it's not going to do a thing. Hello, everybody. It is so good to see you. I'm losing my face shield. uh, it's one of those days. We're sitting here talking, and Wayne says, I think you got 2 minutes. I look up, there's 15 seconds. So, anyway, we're all here. We're going to have a good time today. I've got a piece. Well, let me show you who is here. This is nuts. Show you everybody. I've got a crowd today. We're up to 3 friends. There's Ruby and
Uh-huh.
Wayne and Mark. And so, we're just going to have a great time. Um, so let me go back over here and I can show you what's going on. I've got a piece of, I'm pretty sure it's Claro Walnut on here. This was a little bit bigger board. I think it was 12 or 13 inches long and 9 inches wide. We got a 9-inch circle on here, 9 by 3. And so let's see. Yeah, it was 12 inches. It was 9 by 12 by 3. And it says sea walnut. So I'm assuming that's Claro walnut. We'll see as we get into it. I think that's what it is. It kind of looks like that. Very little sapwood. And I do have some natural. I'll show you the natural edge when we get to it. This is going to be my top side. Normally we start with the bottom side down here, but this is going to be my top because we do have some natural edge up here that there's no bark and it's not even. So I'm not even going to think about doing a natural edge bowl. It only a little piece of it. So I'm going to start turning this and getting my sacrificial tenon on this side so that we can flip it around, get the bottom side done. Then we'll come back and do the top here in just a minute. And while we're doing that, one of these fine folks is going to read off the chat for us. I bet I know who's going to be.
I know who it's not going to be.
Yeah, I know who it's not going to be. It's not going to be Ruby. Because for some reason, and I haven't figured it out yet, but she always refuses to do the chat. Mark, do you fancy doing it? Or are we going to have the usual person?
He's
What happened to
lost
Mark?
it. He's lost his audio.
All right, okay.
So I guess it's going to be the guy with the really nice accent.
Looks like it's going to be me then. Okay. The first person we had in this evening is Ronald Todd from the West Bank of New Jersey. Obviously Ruby's here. Rob Copperole is here. Gerard the French Turner is here. Val's here. Hi, Val. Scrolling on down. Malcolm Douglas. Andrew Door 60. People saying hello to each other. Mark Gentleman Wood Turner. Mixing. The abrasive thief is here himself. Deal's in. Evening, Deal. How are you doing? Mike Evans, Paul Hoyton, Vinnie Charlton, and Pete from Twisted Trees. We were just talking about you, Pete. Nothing good, so it's all okay.
Yeah, your ears must have been burning, Pete.
Still going down. Clinton Wood Dancers. Todd at Glen Cove. Roger Wallum. Roger Kent. And Haley's in as well. Evening, Haley.
Did you get Al Dawson?
I must have missed, unless I haven't gotten down that far yet, Ruby. But
Okay.
Good evening, Al. Nice to see you. Anthony Green, James Crawford. I'm still going down the list. Chris Walters is in. And Mark has just said that his audio is gone.
Yeah, Mark.
And Larry's in. Larry is Henry Scrollsaw Works. And Al, like Ruby said, Al is here. And Mick has said, don't worry, Mark, I'll carry on without you. Lol. Nice one, Mick.
First time Mark's been able to come in a long time. And here y'all giving him a hard time.
And Larry has said, just got a package from a friend with some Savannah Turner tools, and 3 were carbide tipped. Oh, I see Ronald from Izzy Carbide has just put out a thing today with the is it John Lucas for the hollowing tool? Has got carbide tips now.
Hmm.
He just put that out on Facebook today.
Oh, I didn't catch that. I'll have to.
Oh, hang on. No, there wasn't John Lucas. John Jordan. It was John Jordan, the hollowing tools.
Right.
Okay, yeah, for real.
Yeah, there's some carbide tips coming out for them that I think Ronald's going to be distributing. Michael McEwen.
Hi, Mike.
Oh, Mark's backstage.
Okay. There you are.
Again.
There he is.
Try and
Back,
stay
are you?
with us this time, okay, Mark?
Well, I unplugged my headphones from charging up and it bucketed everything up. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, see,
Okay.
Take it out of the
that's
background
what.
then, Doug.
Now
Yeah,
you're sounding much better.
See, yeah, that's what happens when you mix cheesecake with beer.
Always see.
Absolutely. I
Maybe one of
still
those
think it
nights.
would go better with my tea.
I'll send it over, Brendan.
If I have missed anybody in the chat, I apologise for that. Put a comment in, and I will give you a mention. And Todd said, "Amazing how his audio returned after Wayne finished." Yes, Todd. I will be having words later on.
I'm sorry about that.
He's getting a reputation.
We were guessing. I wouldn't got a
Yeah,
reputation, apparently.
All right. This is
Oh,
going to take just a minute because
And
we're
Jim
so
Selby.
uneven.
Yeah. Jim Selby has just joined us. Hi, Jim.
Hiya, Jim.
Right,
Good to
Jim.
have
Good
all of
evening,
you today.
everybody. That Wayne obviously said hello to.
So good to have all of you in. Hey,
Yeah.
I don't know why I remembered just now. Any of you folks who are in the chat who are not subscribed, do me a huge favor and go over and subscribe to the channel. I'm painfully 13 away from 1100, and I say painfully because I've been there for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, and it keeps on going up. It keeps on going down. It keeps on going up.
Yeah.
That's a really annoying thing.
Well, I tried, Doug, but it won't let me do it twice.
No, you can only subscribe. Ouch, that hurt. The chunk just came off. Tried to bite me.
Yeah, and Dale has said that Mark can handle the chat for my live tomorrow.
Hmm.
Oh,
Andrew's
what
in.
competition for that?
Evening, Andrew. That's AGK Woodworks.
Hi, Andrew.
Precious.
The
Hi,
thing
Andrew.
is, with my chat and who gets to read out the chat. If you happen to notice, it always tends to be Shug that hands out the chat, that reads out the chat, and that's because he is usually the last one in, and that's why he reads out the chat.
It's a mistake. Don't be first, don't be last. That's the trick.
That's right. Holy
I
cow.
learned that early days.
That's the chunk that came out and bit me a while ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That look, to tell you the truth, that looking from the overhead there, that certainly looks like it's going to have some very, very nice grain in that.
I think you're
Yeah,
right.
I was
Tastes
thinking
great.
the same thing.
If I don't booger it up somehow.
Well, actually, Wayne, I was thinking it's a horrible, ugly piece of wood. It's really dangerous, and I think Doug should send it to me. I'll do it
Well,
for
there's a plan.
Now,
him.
for the guy who just bought a 20 by 2 piece of walnut.
Yeah. That's spoken for.
Now, a good few years ago, I don't know, it was a good few years ago, I got 3 pieces of walnut, which were 2 foot by 3 inch,
Nice.
2 foot square by 3 inch thick, 3 pieces. Bought it off eBay for £60.
Wow, you stole it. You didn't buy it.
Yeah, it was about 20 years ago, but even then, it was still a good price.
Grab Jews. I'm watching you.
Mick says, don't send it to Mark because he'll paint it black and yellow.
That's just it. I won't.
God,
I don't paint anything black and yellow unless I have to. Always goes wrong. Tell how far that reputation's preceded me. I got
Oh.
booked for an all-day demo today, and the only stipulation was the members have asked he doesn't paint anything black and yellow. Oh, thanks very much.
I think that's great.
They're 200
That's
miles
good.
away as well.
yeah.
That's good.
The annoying thing is that first black and yellow piece that actually went wrong was my
It was
idea.
your fault. Jesus.
That reminds me, that yarn bowl I did last week, it's still not finished.
Oh, and
Why
he's
not?
painting.
I spent almost 2 hours on it yesterday trying to get all the bad grain fixed. Somebody suggested that I put the J hook where the bad grain was.
Oh,
That
that was.
wasn't
I think that was me.
that wasn't me.
I wasn't going to name any names, but
It's the same person that makes really good suggestions.
the same one that says, "Why don't you do a black and yellow?"
Yeah. Do like the thing.
Right, I'm just going to leave now. I'll catch you all later.
You better not.
You can stay right there. You're fine.
Yeah. Going nowhere.
Can I just say it's Mark's birthday in a couple of weeks.
Oh,
I believe it's 2 weeks tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It is, and I have just sorted out his birthday present.
Oh, Lord.
some black and yellow paint.
The bumblebee suit.
No, Ruby, no, that wouldn't be that cruel.
If it's a bumblebee suit, I'll wear it.
No, it's not. No, it's not a bumblebee suit either. It is it's a birthday present.
Oh, did you?
An actual
Well, we look forward to seeing what it is.
Well, the thing is, Ruby, I'm glad you said that. It's almost as if we rehearsed this. Wayne and I are planning on actually doing a live on YouTube on my birthday, but it won't be in the evening
Is
because we're
that
going to
on
be
the
at
is that on the 16th?
17th.
17th.
In the evening, we're going to be busy at an Indian restaurant.
Ah,
So on the 17th,
So on the 17th, there will be some point in the I would think in the afternoon, Mark.
yeah. So we'll have 2 lathes going, loads of cameras. We haven't figured the sound out yet, but we'll sort something.
It's Roger Kent's birthday tomorrow. I'm sorry, Roger, I didn't get you anything. But happy birthday for
happy
tomorrow.
birthday, Roger. I won't be around at that time because I'll be doing a live session for Record Power.
Yes, I know that's no, this will be in the afternoon, Ruby.
Yeah, this will be in the afternoon for me.
No, this will be in the afternoon, our time.
For us.
Yeah, but I'm driving up to St. Catharines
okay.
to do it, so I'll be 5 hours away.
Right, okay.
We've got to drive 4,500 miles to get to it.
No, that's just a hop, skip, and a jump, Mark.
That's just a trip
There
down
you
to
go.
the shops for some milk.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to Mark and Kim the other day, trying to get the what we're doing, the itinerary sorted out about what we're doing when I'm down there, and Kim was actually quite surprised that I'm going to drive down to Mark's overnight on the Sunday night and then spend the day in the workshop.
He'll be asleep,
Uh,
but he'll be in
Heather,
the workshop.
yeah, Heather has joined us. Hi, Heather.
Hey,
Hi,
Heather.
Heather.
Hey, Heather, look, will you be
Oh,
free to earworm that day?
Um, ask me after a while so I can check my calendar.
Okay.
I very well may be. I'd be glad to do that if I am.
Thank you. I'll ask you and Pete.
Yeah.
Sorry, I won't be able to, Mark.
I know. I'm really sorry too, Ruby.
Yeah, I can tell you're sorry.
I am.
I heard that
Don't
big
you
sigh
stop.
of relief.
Don't you stop, woman. God, it's bad enough you're my boss.
Oh, this sorry.
Vinny is
Yeah.
asking, Mark, did that lady buy anything when you were turning those
Oh,
apples?
okay. For those that, because I deleted that live. For those that don't know, I was doing a live yesterday or whenever it was. Can't remember when it was. Um, and while I was turning the apples, somebody came in the shop, and I forgot I left the live running. Yes, she did. She bought a couple of apples and a couple of tea lights. It's very
Oh,
nice of her.
nice,
Good.
nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's very nice. Doing a live and left the door open. That'll teach you.
Well, I kind of had to because I think it was Sunday maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Um, so I felt bad enough about working on Easter Sunday anyway. So I thought, well, I'm here. Might as well have the door open.
You're not going to finish shaping that, Doug, while it's the other way around?
No. I started to, and I thought, no, I'm going to go ahead and turn it around. I can finish up from this side without any trouble. Normally I would. It makes more sense to do it that way. But I've kind of got another thing in mind, and this will give me practice for that. In fact, I started to go ahead and put next week's uh, stuff on YouTube.
Okay.
I know what I'm
It's
going to
just
do next
joined.
week.
Hello, Alan.
Good
Alan,
evening,
good.
Alan.
Yeah. Hi, Al.
Now, I've got to say, I've seen quite a few people actually doing or finishing off the outside of a bowl this way.
Right.
It's something that I've got to say I'm not very keen on. But that is not to say that it's wrong. It's just something I'm not very keen on.
I think it's easier to do it the other way, unless you're left-handed.
Or ambidextrous.
Well, that too.
Yeah, I tell you, I'd give my right hand to be ambidextrous.
Well, you just start practicing. Like when you pick up the jug of milk, instead of unscrewing the top with your right hand, do it with your left. Just
I've
make a
always
point
done
of
that.
doing more things with your left, and you'd be surprised how fast that you'll adapt.
I like
I've
shear
always
cutting that way, the way Doug's going now. Those twice turn bowls I do, I tend to pretty much 95% shape the outside the other way, turn them into the chuck, and then I'll shear scrape or shear cut the way Doug's doing it now.
Well, that's still basically a pull cut.
I'm actually doing a push cut.
Sort of.
Well, to be a push cut, your handle'd have to be up higher.
Or he's pulling a push cut.
No, I'm not pulling at all. I'm simply holding my tool down. But I'm aimed toward the top of the bowl, and my left hand is doing the pushing. And all I'm doing
So
is holding.
Heather is left-handed, stroke ambidextrous. Dale has said he'd spill it if he tried that. Larry has said he's left-handed, but some things I do better with my right hand. Right, I'm not going there. Okay, that's fine. That conversation stopped.
Mick, Mick's got some advice for you, Mark. Put the yellow on with your left hand and the black with your right.
Nick's heading for a timeout.
Yeah,
Careful now, Mick.
yeah, I've got to say, I can agree with that. Sometimes Mick goes a little bit too far, especially with the size of his belly.
That's true.
Now, let's not get too personal there.
Oh, why not? It's only Mick.
Oh,
Hey, Mick.
okay.
Okay, I've almost gotten rid of all my flat spot. There's a little right there, and a little right there. So
Right, I'm just seeing as how we're sort of 20 minutes in. I'm just putting a link in there. This is to Mark's website, to his shop.
Oh, thank you.
Because Mark was after lots of conversations with me and Rob and Mark a wee while ago. Mark was the first distributor for Klingsport abrasives for wood turners in the UK, and will still meet or better anybody's prices. And the other thing is, he's worked with it for a long time, so he can give advice and everything for questions coming across.
Thank you, Wayne.
perfect, perfect. We were just mentioning that just before Wayne and Mark came in. Ruby and I were, and absolutely. This wood
Well, I try to
is
give good service.
absolutely. I wish it wasn't such a deal to send stuff across the pond.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
really
hard.
annoying. It really is.
Between the cost and the time, it's a 2 week time span to get things to me from pretty well anywhere in England. Everything is
Oh,
Well,
coming
let
in,
me.
in two
I'm not.
weeks.
No,
No,
I've got stuff overnight, believe it or not.
yeah,
Really?
yeah. I've had finished pieces that I've sent over to the States. Quite a few finished pieces that I've sent over to the States, and they have been there within sort of 4 or 5 days.
Wow. No, everything
Well, I
I've
think the best I've ever done was I sent a bowl to California and it took 10 days, which I was amazed by. I was stunned. 10 days from England to California.
yeah,
Well, I
that's
got
I've
a
quick.
had
Christmas card for us.
I've only had one that took a long time, and it spent a fair while. I think it spent about 7 days in customs for some reason.
Yeah.
But once it got through customs, it was in sort of less than 24 hours to get where it was supposed to go.
Yeah.
But usually, if it's labeled properly, as to what it is and how much it costs, it usually goes through fine. Mind you, it does depend on what courier you use.
Uh,
Zed
what Jane
has
comes up.
joined us.
I'm thinking about Royal Mail. Any sticker swaps I've done with any of you guys? Royal Mail and U.S. Post Office. Everything has been 2 weeks, if not a touch longer. Um,
Right.
so that's what I'm thinking about. And even um, the bowl that I won in the auction, in the maker's auction, a couple, 2 or 3 years ago, from Jamie. It took, when he told me he put it in the post, it was a solid 2 weeks.
Okay.
Well, a Christmas card I sent to Australia only took 2 months.
Oh golly.
Now, the Christmas card that Ruby sent to me only took 2 days.
And I sent it early just in case.
And Zed,
Laminate.
did anybody mention Zed's in?
Yes,
Hey,
I
Zed.
did.
Okay, sorry, Ruby, must have missed that.
That's quite all right. I'm used to you not listening to me.
Oh, God, Ruby. Oh, dear me.
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry, Wayne. Maybe you should change camera angle, Doug.
Yes, I should.
Okay, Haley has just put in a quick question. Can I just check if you're seeing this, please? She's just put a couple of questions in, but they've been missed. I'm terribly sorry about that, Haley, that they've been missed. I'll just go back in the chat to see if I can find them. If I can't find them, can you put the questions in again, please?
Yeah, I would have caught them and I didn't see any.
No, I've gone back a fair way and I can't see any questions from Haley.
No.
So, Haley, if you wouldn't mind, can you put the 1 or 2 questions, whatever it was, can you put them in again, please?
Just bear in mind, Haley, sometimes YouTube censors certain words before even we see them.
Yes, they do.
Old Man River is saying that I have things I ordered from PSI take 10 days to get to him, and he could drive there in less than 6 hours.
Isn't that
No,
crazy?
see, no, that is weird. That is.
What was it? Oh, Wednesday night. Something that was said in our group then reminded me I needed new face shields for my, or new shield for my face shield. So during our meeting Wednesday night, I ordered 2 of them. They came in Friday. That was through Amazon, but still. That tool, I swear, I sharpened that just before we started. And it is blunt as it can be.
Might have a lot of silica in the wood.
It might be.
Now, Zed has put a comment in there. I'm not going to read it out because I don't want to upset the females
Do you
that
want me
are
to
in
read
here.
it? Do you want me to read it?
Wait, yeah, you can read it, Ruby.
Okay. He says that studies have shown that most women have voices in a frequency band that men have a hard time hearing. And I think that's absolutely true.
Sorry, Ruby,
It
you
is
say that
true.
again? I didn't hear you.
Smart aleck.
Oh, my life.
See, if you had read it, Wayne, he wouldn't have had that line.
That's true.
I don't know. After Wayne did that to him a while ago. All right, we're getting close to even wall thickness here. Using my digital calipers. All right.
Nick thinks that you need a timeout, Mark.
I know.
Now, right, Doug, you mentioned you had those digital calipers there. Are those imperial or metric?
Yes. They've got a switch on them.
That'd be imperial.
They've got a switch on them. I can go either way.
Now, Ronald Todd has said the Jungle Store is pretty fast. That is a courier I haven't heard from. Or about,
Amazon?
I should say.
Yeah,
Oh, Amazon. Oh, God. Why didn't I get that?
Yeah. Yeah, the Jungle Store does good.
At
At least they did on this one. Now,
That
my
was me being
customized
very
hats,
slow there.
my customized hats took
Oh, Raymond,
And
why did you
Dave,
just come in? Evening,
I think it
Raymond.
was. Hey,
Hey,
Raymond.
Raymond.
I did order some customized tablecloths, and they took almost 2 weeks, but they're customized.
Now Todd has one to make guaranteed to make you groan. What's the difference between an onion and bagpipes? No one cries when you chop up bagpipes. I disagree with that.
Yeah, I would do.
Haley's just come back. You are right. Even if she rewords it, YouTube is stopping it. Haley, I promise you, we've all been back to the beginning of the chat, and we can't see a question. Try some
No,
of the
we
other wording.
Yeah, I had to do that
Haley,
the other
Like,
day.
what's it-
Haley, send me a message on Facebook,
Yeah.
and I'll see if I can put it in.
Now you are checking your depth, aren't you, Doug?
It isn't.
I've
Have
got a
not yet,
depth
but
gauge
I'm
for that.
about to.
Really, don't you know by now that none of us ever check our bowl depth when you're in the worms, because we know it spins you out completely.
I haven't gotten far enough along to be able to check my depth yet. I think I'm great.
God.
Somebody that
So
joke only works in America.
yeah, well, it does, but I still understand it anyway. So Zed has put in, I met a person who identifies as a chocolate bar. They use the pronouns her and she.
It works.
Hershey?
Yep.
Oh dear.
Well, I
Yes.
actually,
Exactly,
in,
Ruby. Oh dear.
you're, you're not going to believe this, but I actually had a person ask me Saturday what pronouns I like to use.
Well,
I just stared off into the distance.
yeah.
When you're talking about who or what,
Hey,
well, you don't talk about yourself very often.
now they asked what pronouns I preferred them to use for me, and I
Yeah.
just blank, dumb stare. It's like, really?
Yeah. Now the thing is, I can think of one particular one that I
Yeah,
use for me, and quite a lot of other people use for me, but I cannot see it live on YouTube.
well, it's good. Makes it
Um,
difficult here for me. Yes.
Mark McNews has come up with a few for you.
Yeah, I'm sure
Just
they all
just
work.
just don't get me censored.
No, that's why I haven't said anything.
Okay.
But I have got
Well,
some T-shirts.
I've still got 3/4 of an inch.
Oh, we have one more
You
catch
did
yet.
that with your lathe running.
Yeah. The end of my. Where am I? There I am. That's rounded, so it's not a big deal. I don't normally do it that way, but I did that time. All right. Little. Been watching Raffin this morning. Let's do a little Raffin action. Don't need much. It's in pretty good shape.
And Anthony Green has said, I tell you what, Doug does a really good job hollowing out the centre and not leaving any dimple in the centre. He
You're
did, to tell you
absolutely
the
right.
truth. That was actually a very good cut. He finished right on the centre line, so he didn't leave any dimple. Mind you, if there was anything left in there, he didn't actually manage to catch it in the flute of the gouge either.
Didn't
So
try
we
to.
agreed that was so 2020 though. We all
Oh, it
stopped
was,
doing that in
Mark. You're
2020.
right. That's so old now.
Ed Oliver was the best at that.
I didn't think about it, or I would have. Oh, I've got a lump right there. You can't see that, right?
When
Where'd it
I'm
go? There it is,
turning,
right there.
if I can feel a lump, I put a pencil line there.
To tell, if you look at the opposite side of the bowl, where his finger was touching is actually just about where the shadow line is on the other side of the bowl.
Yep.
Yeah. What's the message, Wayne?
Oh, right, okay. Let's have a look at my messages.
All right, let
Oh,
me.
what she sent to? Has she sent it to?
All right, just ran a hard bar across there just to raise the burr just a touch. Come on. There we go. All
Okay,
right.
I don't have a link for this person. I don't know if he's on YouTube, Facebook. He's probably on, maybe on Facebook, he may be on Instagram. But Haley has said, thanks, Wayne. She was just asking if anyone else follows Sean Clifford. He does some interesting large hollow forms and other bits. He is local to Haley, and she's been spending a bit of time with him, watching how he works.
Mm.
Thanks for getting in touch, Haley. Much appreciated. And I don't see any reason why that didn't go through on YouTube, unless it was the length of the comment. I can't see any other reason why that didn't go through, to tell you the truth.
Unless you were trying to put the link in. If you were trying to put his link in, that would be why.
Right, let me go and have a look.
I'm just looking now myself. How do you spell his first name? S-H-A-W-N or S-H?
No, I'll have to go and,
Or SEAN.
no, I'm going to try SHAUN first. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to go back and have a look at what you said.
SHAWN.
That's the thing with Sean. It can be spelled a multitude of ways.
Yeah, or SEAN.
It was certainly
Clifford 54.
SH.
Oh, here we go.
And
Got him.
probably
Got
AW.
Got him.
You got him?
Oh, she
Yep, got
says
it.
SHAUN.
Got him. He's about to appear
SHAUN,
in the
yeah.
link.
That's grand. Thank
In
you,
2
Mark,
seconds.
for doing that.
You want to change cameras, Doug?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice stuff. Yeah. Nice.
I'm just going to have a look. I've just gone into his into, oh yes, very nice stuff. Really nice. Yeah, the pop across and have a look.
Go further down, Wayne. Wow.
I like that burr that he's done. Oh
I
my
like the
life,
one with
what's that?
the one with the textured rim around the hollow form. That's stunning.
Well, no, if you did put
He's
that in the
followed by
chat,
Gary
right?
Rance, so he must know what he's doing.
I like the look of his lathe as well. I'm saying I like the look of his lathe. It looks like a union graduate from the bits I can see. Yes, pop across to Sean's Instagram. Have a look at what he's doing, because it looks really, really good. And thanks, Haley, for that.
Always like to see a new turner.
And Haley said, obviously, she has promoted us lot too, but he did a lovely big salmon gum bowl. See, I love people that do the really big Australian burrs. The annoying thing is that they are so expensive. When I started turning in the mid 80s and getting into the 90s, the Australian burrs were relatively cheap, but now,
Yeah, now they've become prime material.
oh, definitely. And Zed's got a premiere tonight. I saw that come up earlier on.
Yeah. Zed, I think you got moderator privilege. Just go
Yes.
ahead and put that link in.
Put the link in, Zed.
Yeah, I was just about to go and look at it, but we'll let Zed do some work for himself.
I did Yandles the other day, and Dan Tarrant from Yandles came out and said, "Oh, I've got a lovely piece of wood for you out the back. Come have a look." As soon as he showed it to me, I was like, "Oh yeah, how much?" It was a piece of Amboya burl,
Oh,
142
Oh,
quid.
yes.
Yeah, I know. I was like, "Yeah, right." I think I made a money.
love Ambonia burl. I was playing a eBay game for a while, buying pen blanks. If I could get them delivered for $1 a piece, very good. And I bought Ambonia
Now,
burl for $1.75 a piece. I think I bought 30 of them.
Still a
Haley's
bargain.
just put in and saying, now I will confess, he was coming on a road trip with me on Friday, as she has bought an old Vic Mark 300.
Oh my!
Oh God,
Nice.
Haley, nice one, very nice.
Nice lace. Very nice.
The 300, is that the one with the really long bed?
Probably. It's the 240's got the swivel head, I think. And when Haley says it's an old Vic Mark, Haley, they all look old. Even the new ones look old.
Yeah, they
So they
do.
Yeah,
all
even
still
the
look
new
like a
one.
new one.
Yeah,
That's kind of their style, isn't it?
Yeah, if it works, don't change it.
Yeah.
yeah. The one of the I've got to say it is one of the best lathes in the world.
Yeah.
Came out of Australia. They're still making them in Australia. The sad thing is that the other one from Australia, the Woodfast, they aren't made in Australia now. They're actually made in China now. The Woodfast ones.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Raymond, wise
Has
has
it all
got to
got your
go.
extraction on?
See you later, Raymond.
All
Bye,
right.
Ray.
Thanks for dropping in.
Doug,
Yes,
change
sir.
your
You
camera.
got your extraction on?
No, I don't because it messes with my mic, Mark.
Can you change cameras?
I can. I'm going back and forth between outside and inside.
That's it.
But yeah, my extraction, Mark, we figured out is causing my microphone to sound overmodulated.
Right.
So,
Tell you what, while you're
oh,
sanding, don't talk. Put your extraction on.
we could do that.
Because that's taking off a lot of dust, mate. Lungs.
So Zed's thinking about getting a diode laser, and he's looking for input from anybody.
Iode laser. Are they the ones that are cooled by liquid nitrogen or something?
I've got no idea. You're talking about lasers now.
Oh,
I know nothing
they
about
all
lasers.
they all scare me witless
Um,
anyway. That's why I won't use
yeah,
one.
yeah. I mean, I've got the one that you had, which I still haven't getting sorted. Haley has said it's a 2007 and the bed is not that long. It's in really condition. It's not variable speed, but she may be able to sort that. And it's also got 2 Vic Mark chucks as well. Oh, nice one.
That's a bonus.
Marks are the only other lays and chucks that I would consider having. I've got to admit,
Yeah, I mean,
they're my next choice.
yeah, it's at Harrogate last year. Mark and I had a wander around, and we went to Simon Hope's stand and basically drooled
Oh, yeah.
over the Vic
You have to
Mark
wipe
chucks
the,
that
you have to
the
wipe the
Vic
lays
Mark
down
lathe.
afterwards.
Yes.
Have either of
Um,
you seen the Easy Wood Chuck?
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, yes. I actually borrowed Dale from Maple Tree Studios. I borrowed his Easy Woodchuck for a good few months and used it on a couple of my lives. It's an absolutely brilliant chuck.
I like the ease with which you can
Oh yeah,
use the jaws.
yeah, yes, exactly, Ruby, and it works really well. Um,
Oh, that's bringing the
there was
color up nice.
a competition a good few years ago. I think mainly between Jamie and Carl Jacobson. And I think the record for changing the chucks was around about 9 seconds
Yeah.
on
Something, yeah.
the Easy Wood Tools chuck.
Well, there was
No.
one blind turner who managed to do it in less than 30.
Yes.
Yeah,
Chris
because
Fisher.
it is that easy. It really is. It's a good
Sure is.
chuck. One of the things that I like about it is that it has the opportunity of actually winding it up by hand
Yeah.
just to get
Speed
a
ring.
fit. Before, yeah, speed ring. That's what I'm talking about, Mark. Thanks for that.
The
Because Vic Mark has brought a chuck out now that has a speed ring on it. The new Vic Mark chuck. Big one.
there's only one drawback to the Easy Wood Chuck, and
Expensive.
it doesn't have to be. Depends on how you look at it. The price tag.
Oh yes,
Expensive.
I would have one if it wasn't for that price tag.
yes. Yeah. I mean, the thing is that if you go for an easy woodchuck, you actually have the option of buying 3 other chucks with different jaw sets on them. you know,
Well, I kind of like the one chuck that takes up less room.
I like that too, but I have bought 3 chucks in the last 6 months, and I still haven't spent what a Easy Wood would cost.
yeah. See, now I use the same chucks that Mark uses. I've always used Axminster chucks. Okay, I do have a couple of other ones, but the thing with Axminster chucks is you can actually buy jaw carriers.
Yes.
So you have different jaws on different jaw carriers, and it only you've got no problem actually loosening out screws, taking the jaws off, putting the jaws back on, and things like this. You buy different jaw carriers, you fasten them onto the different jaws, and it's a case of winding out and winding back in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's fine, minute.
that's the really good thing that I like about the Axminster chucks.
Chris
New
from
stainless
Bailey
steel as well.
Woodworks has joined us. Hi,
Hey,
Chris.
Chris.
Hey,
Hey,
Chris.
Chris.
I would say, hey, Beetle, but that's your brother. I know. He and I have talked about this. His brother was called Beetle from the cartoon Beetle Bailey.
All right, okay. Now, Dale has said he got the Penn State quick change chuck for half the price of the Easy Wood ones.
Hmm.
And Todd has said he was going to buy a used lathe, but the seller just kept going round and round.
That happens. That happens. Yeah, I bought
Terrible
several.
joke.
I bought several used chucks over the years, and I've got those relegated to my 1 inch spindle lathes. I've got two of those. This one's 1 1/4, and I've got one, two, three, four, five chucks dedicated to it, and another one coming. Each one with a different
Wonderful.
chucks or jaw set. That way, I don't have to change jaws at all. Just change chucks.
Yeah, I've
10
got
chucks at the
the
moment. I've got 2 going up for sale tomorrow.
Do you really?
and
Yeah.
I've got the Axminster Evolution 115, the 100. I've got the old Axminster 100. I've got the Record Power 4, and I've also, and I got this from an estate sale, a Vivo chuck, which I've got to say works really well for a cheap Chinesium. But it tends to be that I have the Axminster Evolution 114 or 115, whatever it's called. That chuck tends to stay on my lathe 90% of the time.
Right. Golly.
Well, when I bought that last lathe, it came with 3 chucks. One was a 114 and the other 2 were Clubman 100s. So the 2
Yeah.
Clubmans, I'm going to put it for sale because I just don't use them.
Oh, I
There's loads
also
of jaws as well.
sorry, but I also have the Axminster prior to the Evolution series that they brought out. They had one of the best chucks in the world, as far as I'm concerned, and that was the Super Chuck, the Axminster Super Chuck, and
Yeah.
that is the one that I have on my VB36.
What was
Yes,
that?
and that was the Super Precision.
That's
Yeah,
the one
the
I'm
Super
thinking of.
Precisions. Yeah. Sorry, Mark. Yeah, the Super Precision.
Super Precision. From what I understand, that was like the chuck of chucks.
It
Was.
was the Chuck of Chucks, and when that came out, what Axminster did is that they actually put a backplate on that. So once you had the Super Precision, if you changed your lathe and had different threads and everything, you could actually just buy the backplate and swap
Right.
the backplate over for the threads that you've got on your lathe.
Right. That was a super idea. You had
When they
that
first
with
started making wood burning chucks, they made them to the same specs as the metalwork chucks.
right.
And they
Yeah,
were made to
I mean
such tight tolerances.
the Super Precision, I believe, was I think it was the first 4-jaw scroll chuck for wood turners.
Yeah.
I thought Nova had that on her.
I may well be wrong there, Doug. I may
But
well be wrong there.
they may have been real close. Because Nova did the same thing. They took metal chucks and brought out the 4-jaw scroll chucks for wood. Um, anyway, it doesn't matter either way. Scroll chucks have been around now for a while. They've become a piece of equipment
Oh,
that we
God,
can't
right.
hardly do away with. And I'm glad, personally. They help you do a lot of things.
They
Now,
just make life so much easier.
They do. They do. In fact, when I first started, I turned a bowl with no chuck. Did all between centers. And I showed a well-known turner in our area about it. Showed the bowl to him. He says, "Man, you're outside the box on that one." No, that's how they started. I'm going to use a brand new
Well,
product.
you still get that now, all the time. You still get that now with pole lathe turners.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
This is a brand new product from Axe. It's a tung oil
Right.
wax combination.
Right. Pete's just put in here that the Versa chuck backplate fits the Super Precision chuck perfectly, but the first 4-jaw scroll chuck was the Peter Child Master chuck. I'm sorry, Pete. I've got to disagree. The Peter Child Master chuck was not a 4-jaw scroll chuck. Okay, maybe it was, but it had very little tolerance. It was very similar to the craft supplies chuck that was out at around about the same time.
Good luck in it. Oh, Pete.
Hi, Pete.
That's a question I've had. Hey, um, I've had for a while. Is Chuck Supply UK and Chuck Supply US, are they the same company?
Right,
No,
craft supplies. No. Craft
No. Okay.
supplies UK. No, craft supplies UK came out in, I think, the early 80s. They were around about the one and only supplier of wood turning stuff, lathes and stuff like this. When I started turning in 1986, they were
Okay.
about the one of the few suppliers of wood, of lathes, of chucks at that time.
Isn't that who Jimmy Clues used to work for?
Jimmy Clues used to work for Craft Supplies around about the same time as I started turning. It was run by Jamie Walwyn was one of the partners, and the other partner was called Nick, and I can't remember his surname now.
Nick Cook?
But no.
No. Okay.
But they did a lot of stuff. They had and this was at Millersdale in Derbyshire, not far from Matlock, and anyway, but they did wood turning courses. I did one down there. They also did wood turning courses in France, so you could actually go across to France for a holiday and do wood turning courses. Absolutely brilliant place for wood turners at that time. That was between sort of 80s through 90s. They moved premises, and then they actually, I think, sold the company to Turner's Retreat.
Okay.
and the Craft Supplies USA was started by Dale Nish, who
Yes.
is a Canadian that moved to Utah.
Never mind.
And Mike from Dances with Aardvarks has joined us. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Mike. Well, I don't know enough about Utah, but why would anybody want to move to Utah?
Are you kidding? That's a beautiful state.
I, like I said, I don't know anything about it. I don't
Right
get it.
now, the Pete's just put in about the Peter Child chuck. He's saying no, that was the old one, Wayne. He had the Peter Child one. It was a 2.5-inch scroll chuck in the same style as the modern ones. Not the adapted collared style of Solby Super Precision Craft Supplies. Okay, mate. I stand. Oh, excuse me. I stand corrected.
All right. Just getting a little carnauba on here. Um, I am rushing this process a little bit because of the lives, and I think everybody kind of understands that on live we have to a little bit.
Oh no,
Um,
you're
well,
on the finishing process, Doug. We're only just coming up to 9 o'clock.
yeah,
You've still got
right.
plenty of time.
Well, I was just going to say the middle step, the new tongue oil paste, that really ought to sit for an hour before it's buffed off. I went ahead and buffed it, and it really did make a difference. I thought it came out wonderful. Same with the wax. Wax should always sit for 10, 15 minutes just to kind of flash off any solvents that may be in there. This
Coffee time.
particular, what's that, Mark?
I say it's coffee time. When you put the wax on, go put the kettle on, make a coffee.
Yeah,
By the
yeah.
time you come back, it's ready to go.
Or a little
No,
sweep up,
make a
or
tea, not a coffee.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a coffee.
Oh, she's Canadian. Tea.
Hey, my mother and grandmother were Scottish. I'll have you know, from
Oh, I bet they love
Dundee.
coffee.
No,
There.
They were teetotalers.
No, they would have tea.
There are those Turners
And
who say put your wax on and
oddly
sleep.
enough, they were both named Ruby as well.
Strong
Excuse me.
name.
That's why I had a nickname growing up. There were too many rubies in the house.
There are those Turners who talk about put your wax on and have a little bit of a tidy up. You can't really see it. If I scrape like that, I almost
Well,
got that
we
wax
can see it, Doug.
there. I've got a pretty good pile here. That's not all
Oh,
from
that's
today, though.
good.
Some of that's from last night when I turned 2 little black walnut bowls.
Well, that's what they made brooms and dustpans for.
Good for
Those only
shavings
get
there.
pulled out
Keep
on
your feet warm.
Saturdays, though.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah. My grandfather, who had a concrete floor shop, he would never sweep. And when he was asked about it, he said, "Oh, that's what keeps my back from hurting."
And Pete thinks that I should probably have a Haggis infusion instead of tea.
And Alan Gibb is saying about your family and stuff, Ruby. Well done, Ruby. 15 miles from where he was brought up.
And just across the Firth, you have Old St. Andrews to go golfing at.
There you go.
I have to say, I enjoyed golfing St. Andrews.
It's a
Right,
course
St.
I always
Andrews.
thought I'd like to play.
Now,
St.
I'm
Andrews.
sure Susie was in earlier, but she has just said good evening to everybody.
Good
Where's
evening,
Susie?
Sue.
Either for the first time or again, either way, it's okay. I've had to do that before. Had to leave alive and come back. Everybody was still there. This is coming up quite nice. I'm happy with it. At least
Oh,
at
the
this point,
color is coming up nice.
It
I've
is.
still got.
When you first started turning that, I thought it was going to be pretty light, but yeah, that's looking more like a Claro Walnut now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, for us
Does the
here,
middle step darken it a bit?
I'm sorry, Mark. Say that again.
Does the middle step of the wax give it a darker shade? Because it's got tongue oil in it.
It's white-ish.
But when it
Well,
went on, it did darken up a bit.
I
It's
think
the
that
oil. It's a tongue
Only
oil.
oil.
It's a tongue
I,
oil
I
wax
think I
mixture.
think that happens with most finishes, Mark.
Yeah,
yeah.
but it went from that kind of a light grayish looking color, the wood did, to more of this color when I put the abrasive paste on it. Even
Now, Ron says that he can't afford to play St. Andrews. Well, I was lucky because when my brother and I stopped to play, I went and asked, and they only charged us £5 each.
wow,
Blimey.
I'd play all day if it was £5 all the time.
For how many holes was that, Ruby?
Well, 18.
The whole 18. Oh,
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That was
Doesn't
quite
St.
a few
Andrews
years
have?
ago.
Don't they have more than one 18-hole course?
Well, I
Or am I
played the
thinking?
old course.
Yeah,
Now,
I may be
see,
thinking of
Three up there.
Bethpage in
the,
New York.
Two or
this,
three.
this is probably just me, but I really can't see the point in walking around the field with a bag of bats trying to hit something very little into a hole.
All brackets.
That's
It's
a lot of
almost as
people.
bad as sticking a chunk of metal into some wood spinning around.
Yeah.
Right. Anthony
Oh,
Green has put a
controversial
question in
question.
here. If I wanted to do a linseed oil finish with a beeswax top coat, how long should I wait before I apply the beeswax?
I'd wait at least
Oh,
2 days.
yeah, Doug, that looks absolutely gorgeous. It
That's
really
pretty.
does.
That's
It really
really
does.
pretty.
Just noticed a rough spot right there on the edge. I'll fix that, no problem.
Feature.
That came out. That came out. Um,
That's beautiful.
Claro Walnut versus Black Walnut.
Yes, there is a
It's more of
huge
a richer.
difference, isn't
It's
there?
more of a rich sort of golden
Yeah, more
brown, isn't it?
golden, much more golden.
Yeah.
It's got the darks in it. You see some dark in
Yep.
that end grain right there. That's not, yeah, yes, that's the end grain where it's darker, but that's not a light thing. That is darker. It's the same on the other side. And then the heartwood is, there it is, a little bit lighter, um, but it still comes out. Lots of nice chatoyance in there as it's going around slowly. Um, anyway, just got to finish off the foot. Not a big deal. We'll finish that here in
And
just a little bit.
there's a few comments coming in here. Mike from Dancers has said he got a nice Amboyna burr treasure chest from a charity shop for £2.
Oh my.
The piece is chipped off by the hinge, so it just needs a small repair. Larry from Henry's said to my thing about golf. It's called cow pasture pool or billiards.
Can I just go back and answer Anthony's question a second?
Yes, you
And
can.
this is
Yeah.
this is just my opinion. I wouldn't use the beeswax as the top coat. I would apply the wax first, melt the wax into the wood, and then with paper towel, or if you absolutely have to, a safety cloth or a cloth with linseed oil on the cloth, melt the wax in with the oil as you finish. And if you don't know how to follow what I just said, go and watch Richard Raffin, because I think he does that finish better than anyone else in the world. He uses beeswax first, then the oil with an old sock, and he lays it in, and it looks stunning.
Now, and Ron has asked you, Doug, have you got time to do a Phil Anderson? I think that's about cutting the tendon off.
Yeah, I've got time. If y'all have time, I've got time.
Yeah, I've got time.
So if
And
anybody wants to,
Todd has said, Mark Twain said that golf is a good walk spoilt.
that's exactly right. A nice walk spoiled.
I can't agree. But then I tend to play competitive golf.
No,
I tend to play army
I
golf.
have golf is a game I have never actually tried, to tell you the truth. So I'm actually coming from a point of ignorance here.
Oh, I play army golf. Left, right, left, right.
Now,
My
Susie
dad was
said,
actually, when my dad was a young man, he was a golf professional, so he taught me how to play golf.
Yeah.
yeah, Susie said that she used several coats of linseed oil with no top coat.
I find
To
it
tell you
doesn't dry very well.
within wood turning, I have never used linseed oil. I've used tung oil. I have never used linseed oil. The only time I have seen linseed oil used properly is on cricket bats.
Boiled linseed oil has gone through a heat treatment so that it will dry in a relatively decent time. Unboiled linseed oil, just natural, will take 2 or 3 months for it to dry. And it never truly dries. In fact,
Hemp oil is another good one.
what'd you say?
Hemp oil.
Hemp oil, yes.
You want to make sure it's polymerized.
Well, my
Okay, the Mike said Wayne sounds in the golf is a good walk spoiled category. Yep, could be, Mike. Rob has put in Danish oil. Now the thing with Danish oil is that it's not one oil. It tends to be a mixture of oils, so you can actually get different mixes from different companies.
Yes.
But it does tend to have a drying agent in there, so it will dry.
Yes. In fact, Russ Fairfield used to say, "Don't buy Danish oil, make your own. Use 1 quart of um, use 1 quart of tongue oil, 1 quart of McCluskey's Spar Varnish, 1 quart of odorless um, mineral spirits." And
Okay.
I've made my own, and it works quite well.
Now, Mark already mentioned hemp oil. Zed has put in boiled linseed and shellac, 50-50 mix. Friction polish works great. Pete from Twisted Trees has put in boiled linseed linseed oil is very different to linseed oil.
Yes,
It
is.
does polymerize these days. It's chemically treated, not boiled.
Right, right. Done with chemicals and some heat, but it's highly flammable. So you don't want to heat your own.
Okay. Rob from Copper Owl has been trying Mahoney's walnut oil.
I like Mahoney's. In fact, I like walnut oil. It doesn't have to be Mahoney's.
to tell you the truth, that's another product I've never tried. I've never tried walnut oil.
I can't say I was overly impressed with it when I used it.
All we're doing is taking this nub down to something manageable. And I'll make sure it's below the center of or below the height of the foot.
I've got to say, my favorite finish is the one that I reach behind and get to nearest.
Yep.
Right, Todd at Glen Cove is saying camera. I don't know if that will show up very well on the overhead, Doug.
Yeah, if I show my
you want to try
overhead,
it?
you won't see it. Yeah, you can't see what I'm doing at all, unfortunately. Well,
Yeah, it's
let's
probably
go
the
there.
best one.
That looks not bad, to tell you the truth.
Okay, just leave it there for a minute. I need one more camera that's still toward my tailstock, but instead of being there, I need it there. So you're
It needs to
looking
be 18
in
inches
this
from the
direction.
front of the spindle
Yeah.
at a 45-degree angle.
Yep.
We've all done that research.
Yep.
Right, Mike from Dances has said, cannabis oil may not be a good finish, but it might make you believe anything could be a good finish.
I've done a couple of pieces with hemp oil, and it's not a bad finish.
Somebody's got a pooch giving his 2 cents. Is that one of yours, Wayne?
Just using my detail gouge to kind of clean up right close to the nub.
Hello, Katie.
Good
Hey,
evening, Katie.
Hi, Kate.
We'll give this a quick sand before I do anything else. Definitely have it concave across the bottom, just a little bit. Doesn't have to be much.
Okay, Peter said, tongue oil waterproofed the original Chinese warships and also
Yep.
made paper umbrellas work.
Yep.
Add the Danish speed up chemicals and it works for me. But I have to say, Martin citrus oil smells the best. Ooh,
Oh, yes. Yes, yes.
now, right, hang on.
Lemon
As
oil,
to
okay.
smell, I think I'll have to go with lemon oil.
Oh, no question. Lemon oil is wonderful.
And Jamie's just come in as
Jamie's
well.
joined us. Yeah. Hi,
JG.
Jamie.
I'll use those 3 lines that you can't see. If I go here, maybe you can. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll use those 3 lines here in just a minute. We'll give it a quick hit with the 220 once again. Then I'm going to slow my lathe down. We've been running at 1400. I'm going to go down to, let's go to 400 even. It's going to start making a racket because headstock and tailstock are not exactly lined up together. Raise my tool rest just a shade. Come back with my detail gouge and we'll start working this. Again, you can't see it. I wish you could.
Right, Zed has just said he once made a mix of beeswax and coconut oil, and that wins the smell test. Also made for a nice food safe finish for salad bowls.
Rob wants to know if you mind if he drops in a link for his latest video.
Go
Rob,
for it.
The thing
Have
is,
people-
if he's not a moderator, he'll not be able to put the link in.
There he is. He's got a spanner.
All
is
right,
that?
okay, that's fine then. Micah said, have you read the book about Chinese mahogany ships that are thought to have circumnavigated the globe before Columbus in 15 something, Pete? That was Nance to what Pete was saying there.
The Chinese did
JP
some interesting stuff.
Yeah, Jamie has said he's asking for help because Katie, the Cornish maid, has drunk all of his alcohol and she can barely stand. But she did bring Cornish pasties.
All right. We've got that nub down about as small as I can possibly go without doing something crazy. So I'm going to put the bevel of the tool against the bottom of my bowl, pushing toward the headstock, but yet just enough into that nub so it's cutting. My finger on my left hand is on the stop button. And I'm just watching the nub. When it stops or breaks, that's when I hit that button.
Okay, Susie has said the best smelling finish is Howard's Feeding Wax. It has orange and lemon in it and smells absolutely delicious, but it's not for food things. And Chris from
No.
Trent Creek is just come in as well.
Hey, Chris.
hi, Chris.
Just in time. That I cut through the nub and it broke both at the same time. Love it. But that's what you. Let me switch over to that other camera so you can actually see it. There it goes. That's what you end up with. Now I'll sand that a little bit right there. I'll put my mark in the 3 rings, and I'm done. Other than put a little finish on there, and I'll hand wax that. So there you have it, folks. It's been a good
Excellent,
day. It's been a
Doug.
good day. Hour
Really
and
good
almost
live.
20 minutes, and we got a pretty nice bowl. Let's see what it ended up at. It ended up at 8 5/8 diameter by 2 3/4 high. So we're $50 bowl.
Look, yeah, lots of good comments coming through.
Well, thanks everybody. I do appreciate that. It's been good. Like I said, this was a piece of Claro that was, I think it's Claro. I'm pretty sure it is. Sitting under my lathe for ever. Another one of those been there forever pieces that you know, it's just time to get rid of it, get it used up. I'm wood poor. I'm wood poor. That's the issue. So we'll just keep going, keep turning this stuff. I'm looking at my pile that's over there. I've got walnut, cedar, unknown, oak, catalpa, live oak, and then there's some more over there, and there's more over there, and there's a whole pile of it outside. I've got about 400, 500 pounds of catalpa sitting right outside the door. Been there over a year.
Oh, praise
Anyway,
eternal.
I'll send it to you, Mark. COD. You probably wouldn't mind the wood. You wouldn't like the price tag on it.
No,
Anyway,
no.
like I said, I'll put a little wax on there, and that bottom will be right at the same color as the rest of it, which came out a pretty nice color. I kind of like that. Kind of like it. Excuse me. Zed says his pile needs thinning as well.
Well, he says he started a cypress vase last week, lost the 10 and 3 times, and then drop kicked it out the shed.
In other words, a
Cypress.
normal live, right,
Oops.
Zed? He said he's had a whole series of bowls that have gone flying off the lathe here for a while, but
Yeah.
they all come out
I got
beautiful.
this,
So
I got this 20-inch walnut platter to turn this week. Not nervous at all.
close the door. You
Yeah.
don't want to run it across
Yeah.
the street.
Now, close the door, turn the radio off.
Yeah, the 45 minutes you should have that done.
I'll wait till you come down and
No,
Glasgow.
Oh, okay, then 45 minutes, I'll have it done.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
you would, and have the second one on its way. All right. Well, we're going to knock this one in the head. Folks, it's been a good day. Thanks for coming in. It's greatly appreciated. I asked earlier if you don't mind, if you're not already subscribed, go over on your way out and hit the subscribe button. I don't know why from 1,000 to 1,100 has taken so long. It seems like it's taken forever. And I've been in the 180s for at least a month. It makes me crazy. We're getting close, though. Getting close. So
I thought
thank you.
being crazy was your normal self.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Pretty much. That's it. Ruby, thank you so much. Wayne, appreciate it. Mark, glad to have you in again. It's been a little while. You've been busy.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good to have you in. So we'll see all of you folks next week, if not sooner. So say bye, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.